If you've ever wondered how much cheaper it is to buy a whole chicken instead of pre-cut parts, today I will walk you through a step-by-step guide to making the most of a whole chicken, and then at the end we will compare the cost to what you can buy in the store. There's a lot to cover here, so let's just start with how to cut the chicken apart. Now, my method is not technically correct, but I think it's more beginner-friendly than other cutting methods. I start on the back of the chicken and cut a T. The first is down the spine, and the second cut is along the tops of the thighs. This is to identify where the oysters are. Then, using the tip of a knife, I am going to use small cuts to fillet away the oysters. You don't have to be too precise here, just try to get as much as you can. Flip the chicken over and we're going to cut the skin that holds the legs to the breasts. Then using our hands, we're going to press the thigh away from the breast and we're going to pop out the leg joint. This is going to give us a more steady surface to work on. Cut a line straight down the center of the breasts. This is to help us identify and expose the breastbone. Then making long, smooth cuts, you're going to cut as close to the breastbone as possible to release the breast meat. I like to start from the thinner end of the breast and work my way up to the shoulder joint. Then once I can see where the shoulder joint is attached, you can cut through that very easily, and now you have a whole breast with the wing still attached. Repeat this process on the other side. When you get to this point, cutting the wing off the breast is very simple as there are no bones or joints to cut around. Just look for this fat line and cut it off right there. You can choose to keep the wings whole or you can cut them down into their drums and flats. The breast has the tenderloin attached, so here's the top of the breast. Just flip it over and you will see a small flap. This is the tenderloin and it is very easy to remove. Now moving on to the legs, we've already exposed the joint and cut away the oysters, so now we're just going to finish cutting it away from the carcass, start at the bottom, and try to cut as close to the bone as possible until you've completely removed it. And again, you can leave these as whole chicken leg quarters, or you can cut them further into the drumsticks and thighs. That is my method for cutting apart a chicken. I did a second chicken off camera just to see how long the process took, and for me it takes about 10 minutes. So in the next part I will show you how to make chicken stock with the carcass.